This broadcast is a presentation of Wcxo Sports. Wcxo Sports, since 1999, the sports voice of the Carlisle Indians, the Central Cougars, the Mater Dei Knights, and the Westland Warriors, presents Talkin Sports on Max 96.7. Talkin Sports is powered by Hoffman Supermarket, the only choice for quality meats and friendly service. Talkin Sports is brought to you by Munkin Dodge Chrysler Jeep Nissan in Centralia. Kaskaskia College. The future's yours at Kaskaskia College. Emin Insurance Agency in Carlisle. Farmers State Bank of Hoffman, Central City, and Hoyleton. Diane Chevrolet in Trenton. McKendree University in Lebanon. Ideal Home Solutions in Trenton. Farmers State Bank Insurance Department in Hoffman. Seaver Brothers in Carlisle. 12 Oaks Vineyard in rural Carlisle. And by Becker Jewelers, with locations in Breeze and Highland, and always online at beckerjewelers.com. Here's the host of Talkin Sports, Rip Nottmeyer.
Good evening, everybody. Welcome to Talkin Sports. Rip here in the Carlisle Meat Market Studio. On track tonight, a lot of volleyball. First, Carlisle Late Indians coach Lonnie Lewis. And then from the Kaskaskia College Blue Angels, it is Kim Rahar. Plus, as always, on a Wednesday, we have the Easy and Travel Sports Flashback featuring footballs, Brad Coons. But right now, we shuffle over to Salem on the Tucker Electric guest line for Bill Morgan. Bill, welcome back to Talkin Sports.
Good evening, Rip. Glad to be back again.
How about those Cardinals? What's going on? Did somebody flip a light switch?
It must have been a youth movement. That's the only thing I can figure out. I certainly look forward to Bader and O'Leary and all those, O'Neill and all those guys. They're doing a heck of a job.
Well, I'm especially happy with Bader. I still have my doubts about O'Neill in the long run. Also about, I know he's got the power. He gets that naturally from his dad, Mr. Canada, but he's a little goofy.
He's built well, but what about happened to Ponce de Leon? They took him out early. Did you hear if he was hurt or something?
I fell asleep.
Down?
I seriously, I was about 3 innings and gone. So I don't know what happened today. I didn't have a chance. Yeah. I know he only went 4 innings. I just saw the stats on it and stuff. Actually, I believe it all came down to this, Bill. I see now where his pitch count was 90. So, he was going to blow up. He was physically going to blow up after one more inning, so they had to get him out of there.
Well, I think they sent him down, too, so he's got a long rest.
Yeah, well, and pretty soon he'll be back with the September call-ups. And so it's almost here.
I hope so.
It's August 22nd, I believe. But, they win again last night, which is great. That's 16-4 mark now in August. Molina and Ozuna hit 2-run homers, 14 straight. I don't really care about that, but it is 14 straight games in which the Birds have homered. The Dodgers, they've stranded 25 runners in the first 2 games of this series.
I'll tell you, they're right there with us too. They're going to have to do something as far as the wins are concerned, because as far as the wild card or winning their division, they're still right there with people looking in.
Oh, yeah, those races are wild. I mean, right now the Birds are just 2.5 in back of the Cubs. Milwaukee's the same now because the Brewers won this afternoon in the wild cards race. Technically, the Cardinals and Brew Crew are tied, and then, Philly, the Rockies, the Dodgers, all those. And we've got essentially 5 weeks or so to go. So it will be interesting down that stretch drive.
You can't have too much of a low right now, so you're going to have to keep it going with Flaherty tonight. So I'm looking forward to maybe a sweep for once instead of just winning the series. We'll see what happens.
Might as well get greedy now, huh?
That's right.
That's 8 series in a row, though, isn't it? That the Redbirds have won.
It is.
Never dreamed.
Playing very well.
Never dreamed of that happening.
And our starting pitching has really been very good compared to what it was, so I'm really pleasantly surprised there. You got people like Weaver, that's one of your best at the beginning of the year, that's falling by the wayside. So we have some good young arms in there, and they're doing very well.
And he ended up with a victory in relief last night. Kind of crazy. I mean, Ponce was, by all accounts, through the 3 innings I watched, and then peering at the stats and so forth, they barely touched him, and he struck out 2 an inning and all that as well. So Weaver did get the victory. So Flaherty goes against Walker Buehler this evening around 9:05, 9:10, something like that, and then they haul tail for Colorado. We get an hour sooner, thank goodness.
I'll tell you what, you can't take it lightly with Colorado. They've been playing pretty good ball too.
Oh, they have.
So we have a stretch here that we need to get some victories for sure.
Hey, back to Ozuna because this seems like kind of an odd time, so I suppose this is really starting to hurt now. Well, I hope that's the case, but he just went to the DL with shoulder inflammation after all this time. Now he's leaving?
Right, you got Ozuna going down, and he's got a bad shoulder, so I don't know. The time he's not too good. If anybody should be worn out, it ought to be Carpenter, but he's done one heck of a job here in the month of August for sure.
And I think he might be a little worn out.
Yes.
But Ozuna, but really, it just flared up that badly all of a sudden after 5 months. He's had this a whole year.
I guess. I don't know.
He just hit the home run last night and everything.
Right. Yeah, we've had home runs in how many games, but nevertheless, he's come along. He wasn't there for a while, but certainly he's a player that we can't afford perhaps to miss. So hopefully he'll be back soon too.
By the way, and Schilt, he's done a nice job, et cetera, et cetera. But two of the reasons we're doing so well, aside from that pitching, and I know the D has been stepped up in a couple of areas, but two of the main reasons, Cocky Tommy got sent to Tampa Bay, and Dexter Fowler is done for the year, and Schilt was playing those guys too. He was sitting Jose Martinez on the bench. He's their best hitter. He's got to play every game.
Well, I'll tell you, we got some guys that they're just getting beat out. If I was still coaching high school, I just have to say, I'm sorry, I have underclassmen that are doing better than you. You're playing.
Yeah.
That's basically where the Cardinals are. I'll tell you that. But I'll tell you what, their defense is very good too. They've done a lot better.
Wong and Bader, those two have really shored
unbelievable.
Yeah, and,
right.
Young guys, maybe they'll carry us through the year, and then we'll see what happens another year or two. I mean,
they're hungry.
Consistency. I know that's the thing. I mean, everybody's sky high on almost everybody comes in the league. They do so well, and that doesn't mean it's going to continue, man. You got to see this for 2 and 3 years before you've really settled in and really earned it.
Right. They're hustlers, though. It's fun to watch.
But Matt Adams is back, and I'm all for this.
Big City.
Hey,
Big City's back. Let's hope he can get that bat off the shoulder and put it on the ball, and we'll gain what we had at one particular point when he was here with us the first time.
He has hit 18 home runs this year, 17 of those against right-handed batters. So we got some big punch off the bench from Big Lunch, as Scott Wornsman calls him. I love that. And he can definitely spare some time at first base. He's as good as Carpenter. Carpenter's not exactly Mr. Gold Glove over there. But I like his left-handed bat. I never wanted to see him go 2 or 3 years ago when he went to Atlanta. It doesn't mean he had to start, but it's hard to get a left-handed slugger in quotes that comes off the pines.
You got a pinch hitter that's got pretty good power, and he's from the left side, so there's certainly a place for him.
Meanwhile, the Cubbies got Daniel Murphy as the Washington Nationals are beginning to drain their very own swamp there, and he's just a good ball player, and he's had a brilliant second half. And since they can't score at all lately, which is crazy, he should help him out in that situation. He's going to be at the top of the Cubbies order.
Murphy's hitting just over 300, and I saw where he had 29 RBIs, and he'd played in 50-some games. So I kind of, if he has a pretty good RBI count, it seemed like it should be a little higher. It'll definitely help the Cubs.
He's at a 340 clip since the All-Star break. The Cubs have been held to one run via a home run for 5 straight games. You talk about highly unusual, but that's they're injuries. That's part of the situation. But you miss Chris Bryant. Wow, that's a major cog out of that lineup.
It is. I'll tell you what, Rip, if you need somebody to help you announce as far as sports are concerned, you can probably hire somebody from the Washington Nationals. They're trying to get rid of people, and surely one of them can announce and help you out. Players are going.
Yeah, they are. It's a closeout sale there. That organization's had real. There were so many years when they should have been so much better, and it all started when Strasburg was benched for the season because their Well, they made a sissy out of him. Let's just go with that. Several years ago, remember when you got that's it. We're shutting you off, and that's the time they went to the playoffs and they blew it and everything else. That was. And I said at the time, man, let him pitch. This chance may never come around again, and it hasn't.
He's a dominating pitcher. He's the kind of guy you have to have in there. So maybe they do need a manager called Dusty back. They say he had good rapport with those players.
Yeah, well, that's and that's fine to a point. That liking stuff
to a
though,
point.
It's kind of like parents.
Right.
Hey, I never was one, but I was a kid. Parents don't need to be friends with their kids, and managers don't need to be friends with their players. Look
That's
what
true.
happened. Why my favorite all-time player years ago, Kenny Boyer. Oh yeah, the players loved him so much they ran all over him, and he got fired in a jiffy.
Yeah, kind of reminds me of another guy.
Who's that?
I think Mike starts with an M, I think.
Oh.
Well, maybe not.
I tell you what, though, go back and look. His first 4 years, the amount of wins he had, they did get to a World Series, and now suddenly everybody hates him. He's the worst fool manager of all time. Keep that in mind when we talk about Mike Schilt, if he's around in about 2 years when they're 10 games under 500. Right now, he's the just give it. I wish him well. I like him, but people forget so fast. So
well, he has some pretty good talent starting. So we'll see what happens when the Cardinals start talking, start moving. You have to look for consistency. That's kind of what he was in a little low at that particular time.
Of course, we got a month to go in this season too. Hey, what do you think of the new Cardinals Hall of Fame set there? Vince Coleman, Ray Lankford, and Harry Burkeen. I'm especially happy for Harry. I mean, these old timers, they need to get. I know his situation; he passed away, but still, his son was there and all. They need to get some recognition. It's not all the guys who played in TV and on color TV. There are plenty of great players before this.
Well, I like both of them that went in, but I'm kind of partial to Coleman because if you go back to Whitey Ball and stealing bases, you make things happen, and steal a few games along the way. So I like those people that can take an extra base and know how to run them because it makes a difference in a 162-game season.
That darn tarp. 1980, I was there for that playoff game. No cell phones then. We're walking in after a little pregame warm-up, and it started to filter around that he was run over by a tarp. I said, come on, you're crazy.
Yes, I remember that too.
But, Coleman and Lankford of the contemporary. I would, and I don't vote for this stuff because it's pretty much all kids that vote computers, 20, 30 times as a joke. But I would have went if it was on the up and up with Hernandez and Lankford, but I'm not going to argue with this.
Well, it turned out well for Hernandez, New York, announcing all these years.
He's right. Yeah. He's right where he wants to be. Right where he wants to be. The Brewers did win today 4-0 over Cincy. Yelich was 4 out of 4 with a homer and 2 RBIs. He is a solid ball player.
Solid. You can't do much better than that. It's been fun. Another one of those that's fun to watch.
And of other games of importance, Oakland was knocked off by Texas 4-2, and Houston is beating Seattle 10-7 in the top of the 9th. I mean, there's really the National League Central and the American League West in particular. They are they're really tight.
Well, you're looking at a good record. What are 75 and 50? You got two teams right there, so Houston's not running away with it like you might think they would have after last year.
They were for a while, but things have really calmed down, and they've been hit too with a couple. Hey, we're going to shift right to golf. We're going to go to that here before we run out of time. I know 99% sure you're at the PGA Championship. 2-3 days, something like that.
Yes, I worked 3 days at the championship shop.
So you were working
a little bit. So I was working.
What were your duties?
Well, I was kind of confiscating shopping bags. I was taking care of people going the wrong direction. I even had 3 mothers come up crying. I found 3 kids that were lost.
My goodness. What a person.
I was doing a variety of things.
Did you win an award?
No, but I got a Attaboy.
Okay. Or all these roles, all this stuff is volunteer, right?
Yeah, this is volunteer. They had 4,200 volunteers. So,
amazing.
And I think everybody had a good time, at least the ones I talked to.
You know who really had a good time?
Who's that?
Brooks Koepka. He won the PGA Championship. I'm not sure if you
did.
know that or if you admit that. But yeah, it was Brooks.
Oh, yeah.
Well, I thought
Tiger didn't have a bad time either. Tiger got $1.2 million for second place, and he already finished second in a major. That's more, I think, most of us expected him to do. So
but
he's doing okay.
But you know what, Bill?
What?
He lost.
He lost. Right.
He lost.
Nobody remembers second, but they do in this case.
I have found millions on Twitter and Facebook who won't even admit that. Yes, Brooks Koepka is the champ, and he's won 2 majors this year and 3 overall. He's 28 years old.
I'll tell you one thing. When it comes to Koepka, I was real close to him once, and his arms are as big as my legs.
Yeah,
so now we know why he hit it so far.
Yeah, he's an athletic guy. In fact, he actually wanted to be who didn't? But he wanted to be a Major League Baseball player over golf. I've read and heard him say, well, golf's boring, but this proved to be the great outlet for him. I'm not sure how long he played baseball.
I'll guarantee you he was a home run hitter.
Yeah. Wouldn't doubt. How about this Brandt Snedeker? But anyway, it was a great time, correct?
Snedeker?
But I mean, the PGA as a whole was a great time, and Belle Reeve did a good job.
Oh, tremendous. I thought it was a tremendous tournament. I've heard talk already of trying to get a Ryder Cup since we're already far down the line for another PGA championship. So, but I think the St. Louis people came out. They love golf, and I'd like to see them have another big tournament sometime soon rather than wait 26 years.
I think you should be the commissioner.
Well, I don't know about that, but
I don't even know.
I don't know the guy now either. Couldn't tell you his name, but he's a younger person.
They just
I think he's doing okay.
Not too long ago, did they?
Yeah, they switched a couple years ago.
Right. Okay. But back to, Brandt Snedeker, a 59 last Thursday, second lowest ever, and he won the Wyndham Championship. Pretty cool score.
And he didn't play much last year. He was hurt for the majority of the year, so he's come back strong, shot a 59 and hung in there all 4 rounds to take the title. So I know he's happy.
Yeah.
You know, the Snedeker story is very interesting. His dad is a lawyer from Nashville, Tennessee, and poor old Brandt's never done anything but play golf his whole life, and he's already made a lot more money than his dad ever thought of making. So I think he's done pretty well.
Okay. Wonder if his dad's his agent. So Snedeker wins last week. Park and Bryant on the ladies and senior tour. It's almost time for college football. Guess who's number 1?
Alabama.
That's almost 3 times in a row. They've been number 1 in the AP Top 25, and quite often they finish number 1 at the end of the season. Love Saban or not, I'm actually all right with them. I love watching Bama play. That's a program. That's a team.
What do you think? What everybody's saying about the college coaches being too tough on the players, things of that type? Gosh, what kind of game is it?
Well, we're not long for football, as football actually always was. There's a little slice peeled off every year. And now the NFL, which I won't be watching anymore again, but they got this stupid helmet rule, issues with that. Don't play then. Go play in the sandbox.
Right. I know why I went to football games, and it wasn't to see everybody tap them on the shoulder and grab a flag.
Well, you won't be able to touch a quarterback pretty soon at all.
It'll be hands off. That's right.
Hands off. It might just be flags with them. I mean, it's
yeah.
Although here's what I foresee in baseball. Well, I'll wait another time for that. We're running out of time. That's the problem here. You know what? But yeah, college basketball. I know football's first, but college basketball, hockey. That's all, man. Just coming down the chute too. And the Blues, they have their first exhibition game in the middle of next month.
Well, they've made a lot of trades. I hope they're back on top again, because the end of the season wasn't too good last year.
Nope. Yeah. That's what matters, isn't it? That's what really matters.
Oh Lord.
Kurt Busch grabbed the checkered flag at Bristol Saturday. Those Busch boys and Harvick, and I know enough to know those guys are among the winners. It seems seemingly all the time.
He's grabbed a lot of checkered flags at the end, so I think they know. I think they got it down to a science now. Somebody's going to have to beat a Busch, but he's what has he won 7 or 8 this year?
Oh, just him. Wow, that's a racing family, isn't it, Bill?
Yeah, and I noticed the U.S. Open tennis. Of course, Serena Williams is rated 17th, getting ready to start out there on the East Coast. But nevertheless, after having a baby, I guess it takes a toll on you to be that far down.
Serena. We'll stop
Serena.
We'll stop with Serena. Hey, Bill.
Okay.
Appreciate. Congrats to your buddy, my friend Bill Hawley. Real quickly, what's his new title? For a Saturday.
Hey, Bill Hawley, the Grand Marshal of the Little Egypt Parade. That'll be October 6th at 2:00 here in Salem. I hope everybody can come over and see our parade. And Mr. Hawley's done a lot for, I know, Marion County and the surrounding area here, and there are a lot of people over in your area know him too.
Yep, used to work with him many years in the broadcast scene, and we played a lot of slow pitch with him. You've golfed and taught with him. School, it's a great guy, and that's a deserved honor. Fantastic. Tell him hello. Congratulations.
I will, Rip. Thanks a lot.
See you, Bill.
See ya.
That's
Bye.
Bill Morgan on Scores and Stuff, brought to you by Isaac Auto Body in Carlisle. See them for 24-hour towing and collision repair. That should cover it all. Lonnie Lewis is just around this very bend. If you're looking for Nissan quality, be sure to check out what Munkin Dodge Chrysler Jeep Nissan and Centralia has to offer. Munkin's has the entire field covered with a great lineup of Nissans, including Maximas, Altimas, and Sentras, SUVs and crossovers, and Titan and Frontier trucks. And you can relax when you shop Munkin's because you know you're getting the better deal every time, along with terrific service after the sale. For your Nissan, log on to Munkin1.com, or better yet, visit Munkin Dodge Chrysler Jeep Nissan in person, Route 161 West in Centralia. Farmers State Bank is dedicated to the communities they serve. They've been making home loans for over 100 years. They are and will continue to be a strong, steady, common-sense leader that's always focused on what's best for you and the community. And remember, Farmers State Bank has loan professionals standing by to assist you in making the right decision for your needs. That's Farmers State Bank of Hoffman, Central City, and Hoyleton. An equal housing lender, member FDIC, NMLS number 404955. Need insurance? Insurance you can really count on? If so, turn to Dan Imming at Imming Insurance Agency in Carlisle. Dan and his staff will provide you with the insurance coverage and service you deserve. Whether it's auto, home, life, health, or commercial, your choices aren't limited either. Imming Insurance Agency represents many outstanding companies, so get covered by the best. Call Imming Insurance Agency at 594-4536 or stop by 589 9th Street in Carlisle. Imming Insurance Agency, a proud supporter of Clinton County sports.
Hey, it's Bill on the road from Mornings with Scott and Casey. You hear me talking each week about travel, and one of my favorite things about driving across America is finding great food. And lucky for you, Mama's on the Hill in St. Louis is a super easy road trip destination. Authentic Italian favorites like baked lasagna, spaghetti, and tortellini, thin crust St. Louis-style pizza, and yes, Mama's on the Hill is the birthplace of toasted ravioli. Check out their menu online at mamasonthehill.com. Mama's on the Hill, on the Hill in St. Louis.
I'd like to start a campaign to blow the buttons off people's radios. Is that realistic?
This is Max 96.7.
Hey, welcome back, everybody. Rip here in the Carlisle Meat Market Studio for a Wednesday. Let's hook up with the Tucker Electric guest line for Carlisle Lady Indians volleyball coach Lonnie Lewis. Lonnie, welcome back.
Hi, Rip.
The season is underway just like that. Unfortunately, did come up shy in the opener last night. New Athens clipped you 2-1.
Yeah, it was a tough one. They played hard.
Yeah, it must have been. It was pretty tight all the way through, right? At least the games, the scores would indicate that 25-19, 19-25, and then they tripped you up by 4 in the finale.
Yes, yeah. We played them close the whole match. It was tough. I told the girls I was really pleased with how hard they played overall, and we kind of had a bummer weekend. We had one of our varsity starters went down with a rolled ankle on Saturday, so we had one day to prepare a new lineup, and for the most part, they handled it really well, and you know, it just came up a little bit short. So I was really proud of the way they played. I said, we can only go up from here.
Who went down with the injury, Lonnie?
Sophomore Chloe Ford. She plays the middle spot.
Okay.
Right at the end of practice. I guess I should have ended that practice one play sooner.
Yeah, I know. That's you can't. But I know you, coaches, players, everybody does think of that. Man, if I just would have.
Yeah. But
that's a shame. So what's her prognosis about as far as coming back?
Well, she's pretty black and blue.
Mm-hmm.
Just bad sprain. So she's taking care of it, walking in a boot. She's got a good rehab plan, and hopefully about a week or two, I'd say. She says it's feeling a lot better, and while we're practicing, she's working on it. So hopefully it won't be too long. But the other sophomore, Grace Rensing, stepped in and took over her position and really did a good job last night.
Good.
She hasn't played middle since junior high. I have her playing the outside on JV and backing up on varsity, but she stepped in and did a pretty good job. She's fairly tall and jumps pretty well and getting her hands up there. So we told her she did a great job for stepping in with one day's notice.
Great. Some depth paid off early for you. And now as always, volleyball, it's such a game of momentum, and you did win or a match of momentum game number 2 you took by 6. What about how did the third begin? Did they end up getting out on a little roll first, or did you break out on top?
I think they did. I think it was a little bit, maybe about 3-1 or something. But I think the third one was pretty much back and forth, point for point. I mean, we got a little bit of a lead in the second one, let them come back just a little bit, then came back again. So hung on to it in the second one. But in the third one, I think it just went back and forth. So it was a tough loss. The girls were disappointed at the end, but so we have a lot of we made a lot of progress with little things here and there that we've been working on, and I keep reminding them we have a total of 14 girls in our entire program.
14.
And now we have one with a sprained ankle, and it just makes a difference. Even with the underclassmen, when you only have 4 freshmen coming in, no freshman team for 4 years now.
Yeah, it's
it
tough.
Makes it harder to have a competitive scrimmage every day at practice and push each other to compete. So, every team we play, even a 1A school like New Athens, had every bit of 24, 25 girls plus possibly in their program. And night after night, we go up against schools that have almost double the team that we do. So these girls literally have to work their butts off every day with such few players, and they're doing just that.
And they do.
They do.
And there are other pluses you took out of that match, I'm sure. And then, of course, especially in a loss, you're gonna find a couple of areas where you need to improve on. That's the state of any game of any sport, though. And you probably worked on 1 or 2 levels of that this afternoon.
Absolutely. New Athens had an outstanding hitter. She was all over. She mostly hit out of the middle. She hit off the left. She was their setter when she was in the back row, and no matter what adjustment we made on defensively, she tore us up. We adjusted, and she went that way. We finally started blocking her, started digging her. She moved it the other way. She even went up and hit left-handed.
So she was versatile, huh?
She was very versatile, and she was very talented. So we had a hard time containing her. So I'm sure she was their kill leader last night, but she was an outstanding player. And so we did some little tweaks here and there with some defense today, and hopefully we have those things figured out for tomorrow.
Good news, that was just one match, and you mentioned the gal from New Athens. You have some very capable players, too, some really talented athletes, and a few of those are starters who are back from that 2017 season.
Absolutely. Molly DeCamper was just amazing last night. She's 5'11", but she jumps like she's 6'5".
I saw some good numbers on her, yeah.
Yes, she had about 10 kills last night. I think she had about 3 blocks. She has a heck of a jump serve, and she did it all last night. She was great. And Brooklyn Smith contributed 11 kills again. She didn't think she had very many because she threw down a few mush balls, found a few corners here and there. She's my power girl. And that girl can hit harder than anybody I've ever seen.
Like her sister.
Yeah, exactly. Well, and I keep telling her every year, I'm like, your sister had this many, let's beat her. And trying to get her to push herself a little bit, but she's held her own pretty well. She does well in the back row. She's got a nice little serve. She can contribute every once in a while, but she used the finesse last night more so than the power. She found the holes and put them down when we needed them. And we're trying a few different things with her, kind of pulling her out of her element. She hits a few out of the middle, and here and there we got her hitting out of the back row, just trying to get her to be a more all-around, versatile player, and she's accepting it pretty well. So Molly, same thing. We're just throwing her the ball wherever we can get it, and she's creaming it.
Yeah. What do you have her listed at now? What is she, 5'11"? Molly?
5'11". She's been 5'11" for the past 2 years. I was really hopeful that she was going to push it another inch or so. But what she lacks in in her growth, she's continuing to grow her vertical. Her vertical increased by an inch this past season. So she's really working hard at it and having fun doing it, and that's what I love to see.
So you have 5'11", maybe 3'5'9", and do you have a 6-footer?
No, Molly's
No?
the tallest.
Okay.
Yeah.
But
I have some pretty good jumpers.
Hey, talk
So,
about that other senior. You mentioned 2 of them there.
well, Kayla Geterslow is our setter, and oh boy, is she ever. I always tell her she needs to change her last name to Geter Fast.
Very good.
Because she is so fast. There's not a ball she can't get to. She amazes me every day, and every single day her fingers get better and better, and she's just finding any way she can to get the ball exactly where we need it. So she's just the hardest worker I've ever seen.
Over 500 assists last season, correct?
Exactly. And I was so spoiled for so long, for 4 years with Hannah Hoffman.
Yes.
And Kayla stepped in and took over Hannah's role 2 years ago. And last year, she just worked as hard as she could to get better and better. And this year, she is just so much more confident and in charge on the floor, really talking and telling the girls where the ball's going to go. And I can't ask her to work any harder. She's everywhere.
Yeah, you've got a captain there. You've got another coach there, so that's good.
Absolutely.
Hey,
Yeah.
who else was in the starting lineup then last night, Lonnie?
Well, then I have a couple more. I have some other returners. Emily Getty.
Oh, yes.
She's back, and she goes back and forth sometimes with middle to right, but she's really found her niche on the right side. And her blocking is getting better and better. Her hitting is getting better and better, and she plays all the way around. She's been contributing in the back row as well. So, and she's striving up there to be only 3 seniors, so they're pushing as hard as they can to work together and just put this all together. So she holds her own out there, and I'm hoping that she gets to hit a whole lot more on that right side this year.
Definitely.
So.
Anybody else? So what about the starters otherwise last night then, Lonnie?
Well, I have a good group of juniors as well. I have Logan Von Hotten, who's last year Kaylee Von Hotten, her younger sister.
Okay.
She's hitting on the left side and also plays all the way around and is very scrappy and quick on defense as well. She's working really hard to improve her hitting in the front row, working on her arm swing, and it's just getting better and better every day. And then I have some excellent diggers in the back row. I have Caitlin Dornan playing the libero spot right now. She's a little shorty, but she's quick, and she's really starting to embrace that libero role and step up as almost like a second setter and really provide when that set's a little bit out of system. She's stepping in and taking that second ball and really learning how to move around the floor. And then I have the spark plug of my entire team. She's a junior, and she's playing full-time JV right now to really get her, get some good experience. But Alicia Knox, it has just been like a solid rock. She's almost like Kayla. There's no ball she can't get to, and she contributes off the bench for varsity. And I'm confident to put her at any spot in the back row. It's tough. I wish I could have 2 liberos out there at the same time, because she is just outstanding, and she just keeps these girls loose and fun and fired up. She is literally like the spark plug of a motor.
Well,
so I just have fun watching her every day.
You may not have a lot in quantity, but it sounds like you've got that quality, and that should carry you pretty far.
Absolutely. I keep telling these girls, even though we're low in numbers, we are strong in numbers. We pull it all together, unity and strength and unity. If everybody works together and everybody contributes, we could beat anybody on any given day.
The conference will be a steady league again. The Wcxo won it.
As usual, yeah.
Yep.
As usual, and we're expecting that to be a tall order, but we plan on going in there every night and just fighting as hard as we can.
And just a few.
That's all we can do.
Looking on your, I mean, you play on Centralia, Nashville, Collinsville's on that schedule again, and Oakland toward the tail end. I mean, it's a long docket there, but some great competition almost every night out. And you play tomorrow night.
Tomorrow night, Altamont was play them tomorrow night at home. They were very tough last year. I'm trying to remember. I didn't look it up. I don't know if we went 3 with them, but they were big. They had big middles. They were very tall on the outsides. They had very good setter. They were strong last year, so I'm kind of hoping a lot of those graduated.
You'll find out in 24 hours. Yeah.
Yeah. I remember them walking in the gym being all dressed up, and I was thinking to myself, oh boy, I hope that's the choir going to sing the national anthem, because they were very tall and very talented. They were very good.
And that's at Harris Gymnasium again tomorrow night. Are you in any tournaments? I take one or two, or?
Yes, we added one this year. We're always we go to Benton.
That's right.
On September 8th, I believe. We're back at Vandalia the following weekend, and then we have a weekend off. And then on the 29th of September, we go to Carlinville. And that's a new one this year, and that's an 8-team tournament. And every team there is someone different. No, not anyone that we normally play. Good. So I'm kind of excited about that. And Carlinville, we played them this summer. We play in a one-day tournament in New Athens every summer. It's a great tournament. There's a lot of teams there, great competition. And we played them very tough. We beat them in 3. And the coach and I talked, and she said, we are a very good fit for their tournament. She said, we will be a very competitive team there. So I was pleased to hear that. So it should be some good competition for us to help prepare us even more for, those all-important conference games.
And so that's what it's all about there, league. And then when you get to the post, of course. Hey, how many years for you now, Lonnie, as Carlisle's head coach?
Well, overall, this is number 21.
21 overall.
But at Carlisle, this is number 6.
Number 6. And
I will admit, with the combination of starting school, teaching 2nd grade, and coaching volleyball, I barely have a voice right now, and I'm tired.
We better let you go. Hey, finally,
so I'm hanging in there.
Your sister, is she the assistant again, correct?
My sister, right. That's my daughter. But we can tell everybody that's my sister,
Well, I busted. I broke some news there, didn't I?
Yeah. You're showing my age a little bit there, Rip. My daughter does an excellent job. She is pulling down almost a full-time job in the summer. She's taking a little time here now. She's going back to school. Imagine this. She wants to be a teacher and a coach. So she's going to SIUE, and she works at Becker's Jewelers and Breeze when she can, and now she helps me coach. So there isn't an assistant coach out there that knows me better than her.
No, I don't know.
She knows exactly the way I want it done. So she knows exactly how I like it, and we're a pretty good combo.
I'm disappointed in myself. I thought I knew your family so well. Where'd I go wrong? Oh, well. Hey, thanks.
Well, that's okay.
I'll do better. Thanks, Lonnie. We'll catch up with you later on.
Rip.
Go get one tomorrow night.
I'm sure going to try. Thanks so much.
Lonnie Lewis of the Carlisle Lady Indians volleyball team. More volleyball with KC's Kim Brayhart later, but well, stay tuned because the flashback's knocking on the door.
Moving forward requires taking that first step. And when it comes to your future, your first step should be Kaskaskia College. With more than 50 degrees and 100 certificate programs, Kaskaskia College can prepare you for a great career, your next promotion, or set you on your educational path. Life is too short to wait. Take your first step to success with Kaskaskia College. Learn more today. Call 545-3040 or kaskaskia.edu.
Insuring your home and auto with Pekin Insurance equals a sizable discount. Farmers State Bank Insurance Department may save you as much as 30% on homeowners premiums and up to 15% on auto premiums if you insure both with Pekin Insurance. Call Farmers State Bank Insurance Department at 495-2965 for details about multi-policy discounts and learn what beyond the expected coverage and savings are all about.
Not a deposit, not FDIC insured, not insured by any federal government agency, not guaranteed by the bank, may go down in value.
When's the last time you had your eyes checked? Schedule an eye exam today at Breeze Family Vision Center or Lebanon Optometric Center. I'm Dr. Claire Thorpe-Klinsky, and if it's been more than a year, you might need a new prescription. If you use a computer regularly or are suffering from allergies, those both can be causes of eye strain or fatigue. Schedule a complete eye health exam today to find out if your eyes are healthy. We may be able to detect glaucoma and other eye diseases early. At Breeze Family Vision and Lebanon Optometric Center, we examine more than just your vision.
The Verizon IndyCar Series is back at Gateway Motorsports Park, August 24th and 25th. And 2018 is bigger, better, and faster for the Bommarito Automotive Group 500. More entertainment, more fan zones, more food choices, more racing than ever before. And it's still family-friendly with all kids 15 and under free. Brought to you in part by the Office of Illinois South Tourism and Illinois Tourism. Go to gatewaymsp.com now to get the best seats before they're gone.
Flying in the face of conventional wisdom.
There's no rules and no laws and lots of litter.
Every day.
This is Max 96.7.
Hello again, everybody. We're up here in the Carlisle Meat Market studio. Sisters, daughters. Well, the time is 6:40. That time drop is brought to you by Breeze Furniture, Jan's Uniforms. Let's flash back.
It's Flashback.
Get ready to flash back with the Easy In Travel Sports Flashback. Escape to paradise with Easy In Travel and Breeze. Call 526-2201.
Thanks, Mel. This is from October 30th of 2017. It's Plano Reapers football coach Brad Coons on last year's difficult season.
It was a learning experience for everybody, and when you play the schedule that we play, you can have yours like this, but then you're better for it later on.
It sounds like a bruiser of a slate you go through, and this was year 4 already as the head coach of the Reapers, correct?
5.
5, man.
Yep.
Or you're ahead again, and you mentioned all those seniors. Have you ever seen anything like that or heard about? I mean, I don't know if I've heard of that large of a class go by the boards the year before.
Well, my first year as head coach, they were going to be freshmen, and I was able to do a really good job recruiting in the 8th grade and getting guys out. And so that class actually started at 45 when they were freshmen.
Well, you didn't lose many.
We lost some guys along the way due to jobs and other things, but it was just a really special group. And when there is a big group like that, then it's tough to have a group right behind it that's going to be as equally sized, because there's going to be a lot of people that are like, oh, well,
very true.
I'm going to sit behind all these seniors when I'm a junior. And I mean, because out of our 15 seniors, only 7 of them actually played as juniors. The other 8, I talked them into going back out after they had missed a year or two. So
I understand.
It was a lot of inexperience, but it was a lot of fun seeing the guys develop. And even though we don't have a playoff game under our belt this year, it was really satisfying to win those last 2 games and kind of see everything come together.
Hi, this is Sue at Buckeye. Hunting season is just around the corner, and we're your hunter's paradise. We have everything you need: guns, ammo, bows, crossbows. We've got scent attractants and calls, everything you need to make your hunting experience successful this year. We also have our knowledgeable staff behind the counter that'll help you find everything you need. So stop in at Buckeye and don't forget that free bag of popcorn.
What? Is this real? Hey, yo, sir. Do you know what I'm about to pay for gasoline?
With the Fuel Rewards Network program, you won't believe how much less you can pay for your fill-up at participating Shell stations.
Look at that.
Just shop through FuelRewards.com and dine at participating restaurants to earn rewards. Then, use your Fuel Rewards Network card at Shell and save. Want to pay less for fuel? Sign up free at FuelRewards.com. Restrictions apply. Limit 20 gallons per purchase per vehicle. For information on rewards expiration and other details, see FuelRewards.com.
Now through September 10th, buy 4 eligible Bridgestone tires and you can get a $70 Visa prepaid card by mail. Use your CFNA credit card account and increase your reward to $100. Bridgestone, our tires are built to come through in the clutch.
Cards issued by the Bancorp Bank, member FDIC, under license from Visa USA Inc. Can be used everywhere Visa debit is accepted. Expiration applies. Get a prepaid card of $100 when you use your new or existing CFNA credit card account. See participating retailers for details, subject to credit approval.
Best One Tire and Service, 13912 Best One Drive in Breeze.
Now through September 10th, buy 4 eligible Bridgestone tires and you can get a $70 Visa prepaid card by mail. Use your CFNA credit card account and increase your reward to $100. Bridgestone, our tires are built to come through in the clutch.
Cards issued by the Bancorp Bank, member FDIC, under license from Visa USA Inc. Can be used everywhere Visa debit is accepted. Expiration applies. Get a prepaid card of $100 when you use your new or existing CFNA credit card account. See participating retailers for details, subject to credit approval.
Best One Tire and Service, 13912 Best One Drive in Breeze.
Scientists say the universe is random. Why should your radio station be any different?
You've got Max 96.7.
Welcome back again. Rip Shared here in the Carlisle Meat Market Studio. Incidentally, back to that flashback with Brad Coons. Y'all know him. Anyway, they were 3-6 in 2017. They lost a total of 30. I don't think we mentioned that in that clip. 36 seniors from the 16 squad. which reminds me of cars at Diane Chevrolet. They do. They've got your next pre-owned car, truck, or SUV on hand at the right price, and all of them pass a thorough inspection. Most come with Diane's exclusive lifetime powertrain warranty. Good body bonuses there, right? No cost to you. Yeah, no cost to you. So see your consultant for all of the details. There's Dwayne, Nikki, Dave, Nathan. The phone number is 224-9200, 224-9200. Diane Chevrolet. It's the home of the lifetime powertrain warranty. And you can shop or schedule service at DianeChevrolet.com. Take advantage of that. Kim Ray are on deck.
Planning a remodel or building a new home? Ideal Home Solutions in Trenton can get you started. Ideal Home Solutions has quartz, granite, solid surface, and laminate, with granite starting at just $49 per square foot. Ideal Home Solutions proudly sells Haas cabinets and specializes in custom showers, any size to fit your space. From tubs, whirlpools, vanity tops, windowsills, you're covered. Schedule a free in-home estimate today, 224-2500, or see their showroom at 102 West Broadway in Trenton.
Seaver Brothers has what you're looking for. Take a spin with Seaver Brothers and drive home in your new or pre-owned Dodge, Chrysler, Jeep, or Dodge truck today. Let Seaver Brothers give you the car buying experience that no other dealership can offer. Seaver Brothers stands behind their products and also has an outstanding service department with qualified technicians to keep your vehicles running strong. Stop by Seaver Brothers, 811 Washington Street in Carlisle, or call 594-2624 for your next Seaver Brothers sales associate.
McKendree University is a great place to continue your sports career. It's also a great place to continue your education. McKendree offers a wide range of degrees, including master's degrees in business, nursing, education, and professional counseling. If you'd like, you can access McKendree's quality education through the flexibility of online degrees. To learn more about McKendree, log on to McKendreeOnline.com or call 1-800-BEARCAT. McKendree University is ready when you are.
Tonight, dare to dream big.
Friday, September 7th, join Stand Up to Cancer for all the inspiration.
It takes courage to take on cancer.
All the laughter.
You change one letter in cancer, it becomes dancer. What?
All the stars.
If we all stand up to cancer together, we can kick it so good.
Every network, every star. One night to save lives. Tune in live Friday, September 7th, 8/7 Central on ABC, CBS, Fox, and NBC. Check your local listings for cable providers.
What were we thinking when we designed the station? I'll tell you. We were thinking it takes all sorts to make a world.
Max 96.7.
Hey, here we are for one more slot rip here at the Carlisle Meat Market Studio. Incidentally, Saturday morning, our guest list includes football's Chris Booker from Carlisle High, and from the Bartels of Barts, a pair, manager Glenn Big Arm Corman and top hurler Tony Schaefer. Right now, we tow the Tucker Electric guest line for Kaskaskia Blue Angels volleyball coach Kim Rahar. Kim, welcome back. Hey, Kim.
Hello?
There you are. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, we got you. And you are nearly ready for the first serve of the 2018 campaign. You open at Kankakee Friday, correct?
Correct. We'll go up there Friday and have two matches, one versus Kankakee and the other one against Kalamazoo Community College. So we had a scrimmage on Monday night at Greenville University. So we found a few things that we needed to work on to get prepared for our first tournament, and a lot of positives that came out of that night. So it was nice to kind of get, play on Monday, get some nerves out, and see what our starting lineup's going to look like for the weekend.
Yeah, good idea. Have you been doing that the last couple, 3 years?
We haven't. Actually, it was just something that we started this year. I have a new assistant coach, Lauren Whitty, that played at Greenville University.
All right.
So coach reached out to her about doing it, and I was all for it. So it kind of worked out well for us. Like I said, we got to see what we needed to work on before the first opener.
Yeah, very, very good. And I want to find out all about this year's team. But last year, as we just slide back a little bit, you had another winning season, right?
Right, we did. We were 20-12 last season. We're right up there in the region in the conference, but we're looking to improve that this year. I told the girls, at the beginning of this year, as I have 10 girls returning from last year, there's a lot of games that we lost. We figured between 6 and 8 games we lost that we should have never lost. I think that was because of our lack of experience that we had as that freshman, because I had a lot of young girls. So to have a big group of them back, I'm only looking, to move farther this year.
So 10 returnees. You did lose, what, 2 or 3, or at least a couple of starters?
We lost 4,
4 total?
And 3 of the 4 were starters.
Oh, 3 of them, okay.
We have some shoes to fill, but, with the girls, I had a lot of freshmen on the bench last year that didn't get a ton of playing time. To see them out there now in those starting spots and, the work that they put in during preseason, I think they'll step right in, fit right in.
But this is, with 10, that's one large sophomore class.
It is, yep.
A few of them really supplied some good numbers, quality minutes for you last year, didn't they?
Right, they did, yeah. A lot of them, were key. Last year there was, on our outside and our right side, there was a couple positions, that we mixed in. Like I had 4 girls that could play outside or right side. So, if we got in a bind where one wasn't performing the night, I had the depth to be able to put somebody in. And we have that again this year. And I think that's just going to make for a better team.
All Great Rivers Athletic Conference performers, 1, 2, or what, Kim? From 2017?
In the conference, we were 3rd. In the region, we were 2nd.
Okay,
yeah.
And as far as all conference players, how many did you have?
I had Jenna Rotterman. She was the freshman MVP. And then Sammy Matthews and Nicole Branner were all conference.
All right. Yeah, Jenna, that was freshman of the year and everything, wasn't she?
Right, yeah. She, did good for us last year, came in strong again this year. And I have a couple of freshmen, I think, that are really going to step up, too. And some of them have gave those sophomores a run for their money already, and I like that challenge. In practice, we always play against each other, just to see, who's going to put the ball down when we need to in those situations during the game. That really showed, I think, on Monday night, who has that drive to be the one to get that ball in the crunch time when we need the point. So, having those freshmen be able to step up into those positions as well is going to be good for us.
How do those rookies look Monday night? Are they adjusting to the JUCO brand of volleyball?
They are. It was definitely, I think, an eye-opener for some of them, and we played 5 sets.
Wow.
So that's different in itself, going from the best 2 out of 3, to 3 out of 5. But we just played all 5 sets on Monday night. So that was one thing that they have to adjust to, and then just the level of play. Greenville's going to have a very good team this year. And so it was one of those things, like in the 5th game, Coach and I said we're both going to put our best players, or who we thought our starting lineup was going to be, out and just, let it go, let them play it out. And we were up 16-6, and we ended up winning 27-25. So we had a moment in there where, we made some errors. We didn't put the ball away and do what we needed to do. So, that's what we've been working on all this week. Because when you're beating somebody by 10 points, you should never end that close in my mind. Just keeping that consistency on the court everywhere is what we needed.
So who will you line up as your starters come Friday?
We'll play a 6-2 on Friday. Our starters will be Sarah Beth Weigman, Hannah Hoffman, Sammy Matthews will be our libero again this year, Jenna Rotterman, Olivia Krebs, Elizabeth Brunner, and Derek Moore. And there'll be other people that will be subbing in as our middles don't play, all the way around, and our outsides usually don't either, because we have enough depth in the defense to fill those spots. And we have solid defense again this year, so. And
that's a good crew, and of course there are some, I believe in all 7 area athletes. I know you mentioned 2 or 3 there, maybe with Hannah Hoffman and others. Well, of course, Jenna Rotterman and so forth. So that's always great too.
Oh yeah, we have a lot. And one of our freshmen, coming in, Maya Beckford from Mater Dei, and Reese Noloff from Centralia. They've both been good for us, in the preseason, and they've stepped into roles. So. This weekend is what we use to we scrimmage on Monday night, but this weekend we'll play multiple sets to kind of just see, that's what I have in my mind right now. But I also look at our warm-up, who's coming out, who's putting the ball down, and we'll play multiple sets, so we'll get to see and mix it up and see what's going to work for us best.
The Great Rivers, when that begins, and that's not too far away, that will be really, really strong again, won't it? It always is in every sport.
Yeah, it always is. And, we open with Lakeland on the 29th. So next week at KC at 6:30. So, that's going to be a big match for us. And actually, they'll be at the tournament we're at this weekend, but we will not play them.
All right.
So at least we'll be able to scout them and see, what they have. Every team's going to have returners and add new players. So the dynamic of the team changes and what we need to do on our side to adjust to, get the win.
Looks like you have 2 more tournaments later on, Swick and over at St. Louis Community College. So you've got your fill and a couple of other non-league matches scattered in there too, away from the GRAC.
Yeah, we have a full schedule.
You do.
The GRAC has added Wabash and Shawnee has added volleyball, both those for this year. So that's added 4 more games because we do a home and away to our schedule for this year. So we are, pretty full.
You are jam-packed.
Yeah, it's fun. The girls have a good time. So, we're ready to roll. I think they're ready to see some court time. You could tell on Monday night after the first set, kind of the nerves were out. And, then we started playing how we knew how.
Of course, yeah.
So I think we're ready. We've been practicing for 3 weeks, the first 2 weeks being double days. So we've been in the gym on those double days probably between 5 and 6 hours a day, just either lifting, conditioning, working on plays, just different dynamics of the game and what we need to do in certain situations. And so for them to see the court and put that to work, I think that's what they're looking forward to.
Let's see how many years for you as KC's head coach, Kim.
This will be my 11th season.
Number 11. Unbelievable.
Number 11, yeah.
And you're also the athletic director. I want to steal a few words from you on that, too. What else is going on this fall? Basically, it's fall. The fall season besides volleyball. We got soccer, cross country, what?
We got soccer and cross country. And our softball and baseball are playing a few fall matches.
Yes.
Baseball is mainly on the road and softball has a few home. But soccer opens up this Friday, actually, at home at 5 o'clock. So they'll be going. And then cross country has a run at the end of the month. And so everything's in full swing. All the athletes have moved in. They're in class, so it's been a busy start to the fall semester, but we're excited, to have all the events going and everybody on campus. It just adds a lot, more to the campus. So
hopefully all of those sports, and again, baseball and softball, it's a no count during this fall session, but still that they gain experience. Yeah.
We'll start, they'll be starting practicing in October already, and we just hired a new women's basketball coach,
you got?
Coach Jason. So he's, stepped in, been in full swing. His first official day was Monday. So
who is it, Kim?
He's been in Coach Jay Jenkins. He's from Baton Rouge, Louisiana.
Okay. I'll have to get in touch with Coach Jay. So yeah, I missed that. I wanted to bring that up. So I'm glad you mentioned it.
Yeah, we're happy to have him. He's hit the ground running. He's been trying to recruit, players. He is having a tryout tomorrow night from 5:30 to 7 at KC. So if, anybody's interested in coming out to being part of the Blue Angel basketball team, that's a great opportunity. We're looking forward, to having him as a coach and excited about the season that he's going to have with the Blue Angels.
And what's his background like, Kim?
Well, actually, he was an assistant coach at Wren Lake.
Oh, he was
on the men's side, and he just became the coach in April. He's had some other college coaching experience, high school, middle school. So he brings, a vast majority of different areas, to our program. And he's kind of got acquainted with the GRAC and kind of how competitive it is. And I think, he's going to put together a great team for us.
All right. And all the other coaches, I believe, are in tow on all of these other sports in spring and all that, correct?
Right. Yep. We're ready to roll now.
11 years, Kim. I can't believe it.
Yeah, I couldn't either. The other day I was playing with the girls during practice. And I said, when I started coaching, I was 23 years old, and I felt great. I said, I need to get back in shape so I can keep up with them.
You're there.
I'm getting older, and they're still 18 and 19. So
18 and 19. I can't even remember that far back.
Yeah.
But I know I had a good time. All right. Well, I hope you have a good time on the court and off, but especially on, and you win a bunch of matches, okay? So good luck at Kankakee come Friday against Kalamazoo Valley, and then Kankakee itself, and the home opener and the conference opener is next Wednesday night.
Yes. Thank you.
We'll be back at you.
All right. Thanks.
That is Kim Rahar. Thanks to Kim and also to Lonnie Lewis and Bill Morgan, all three of them. Took dives into Talkin' Sports tonight. Saturday morning again, it's in whatever order. Carlisle football coach Chris Berkner, Bart's manager Glenn Big Arm Corman. Actually, I believe he's going to be hitting leadoff. And somewhere in that mix, Bart's pitcher, he's the CCL MVP, Tony Schaefer. That is a wrap. We'll see you, Friday night football in Nashville, Carlisle and Nashville, and then Saturday morning on Talkin Sports between 9 and 10. Talkin Sports, real sports talk on Max 96.7 WCXO.
Talkin Sports on Max 96.7 was powered by Hoffman Supermarket, the only choice for quality meats and friendly service. Talkin Sports was brought to you by Munkin Dodge Chrysler Jeep Nissan in Centralia. Kaskaskia College, the future's yours at Kaskaskia College. Emin Insurance Agency in Carlisle. Farmers State Bank of Hoffman, Central City and Hoyleton. Diane Chevrolet in Trenton. McKendree University in Lebanon. Ideal Home Solutions in Trenton. Farmers State Bank Insurance Department in Hoffman. Seaver Brothers in Carlisle. 12 Oaks Vineyard in rural Carlisle. And by Becker Jewelers with locations in Breeze and Highland and always online at beckerjewelers.com. Thank you for joining us for this WCXO sports presentation of Talkin Sports on Max 96.7.